Coney Island to the cultural center of Staten Island Snug Harbor. We are New York's all-news station.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning, 25 degrees. It is 7:20 on this Tuesday, February 10th. I'm Susan Richard. Here's what's happening. A woman killed in a fire in Elmhurst while two firefighters were injured battling a blaze in Concourse Village, the Bronx. Our Glenn Schuck coming up. Governor Hochul pushing legislation to ban cops across New York from being recruited by ICE.
I just want to reshift the focus to make sure we're doing job number one, that we're not being deputized as federal ICE agents.
Could the nurses soon be back on the job?
I am very hopeful. I am. I mean, we've been fighting out here a long time.
Two of the three hospital systems strike tentative deals to end the nurses' strike. Looks like the war of words is on between President Trump and a member of Team USA in Milan. We'll tell you what's going on with that. And for some unknown reason, Bad Bunny has now wiped all the posts off his Instagram account. In sports, Nets top the Bulls. St. John's beat Xavier for their 10th win in a row. AccuWeather mostly cloudy today, up to 35. Wins News Time 7:21. Back to Karen Stewart. Let's get you where you need to go.
Well, in the Bronx, the eastbound cross Bronx accident is gone at the Deegan, which is great news. Unfortunately, it did its damage already. We are backed up at the inbound GW Bridge for 55 minutes for the upper level, 45 minutes for the lower. It was all because of that eastbound cross Bronx accident. Again, it's gone now. From the Palisades approach, it's a 15 to 20 minute wait. And from Route 4 and 46, it's a 25 to 30 minute wait. The inbound Lincoln is 35, the Holland's 45 from the Skyway, and 25 from the Newark Bay Extension, Queens, westbound BQE, west leg of the Grand Central. That accident's still there. One lane is blocked, and the westbound BQE near the Brooklyn Bridge has an accident. The right lane is blocked there. There are heavy delays, but they do not go back far at all. As we check what we see on Long Island's Big 3, westbound LIE traffic at the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway and into the Queens line. Northern State built up a little bit around the Montauk Parkway, but not much. And the Southern State, once again, is in pretty decent shape. No massive problems at all. Traffic is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Elmhurst, Queens, the scene of a fatal fire.
When the FDNY arrived on scene, immediately springing into action, here's Assistant Chief David Sims.
4 people were reported to have jumped out the rear windows, and the first 2 ladder company rescued 2 from the second floor.
They were then directed to the basement area of this 2.5-story home on Dongan Avenue, where neighbors say people were trapped inside.
They immediately found one person who unfortunately was deceased. Due to a localized collapse, we could not search the rest of the basement, and there remains one person unaccounted for.
A man in his 20s in critical condition, several children suffering some serious injuries as well, as the cause remains under investigation. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM, Elmhurst, Queens.
2 firefighters hurt battling a 4-alarm blaze at a 3-story building in Concourse Village. Deputy Assistant Fire Chief Paul Miller says the winter season doesn't help.
Cold weather is always a challenge. As the temperature drops, the water that hits the streets becomes very icy. We had a couple of members slip and fall here and there. No major injuries, but it's always a challenge when the weather gets, the temperatures drop this low.
Well, that was on East 163rd and Morris Avenue. 19 people managed to escape unharmed. The flames, though, causing a partial collapse that destroyed multiple apartments. Are you a cop in New York or want to be a cop? Then forget about also working for ICE. That is the gist of the Local Cops Local Crimes Act, which Governor Hochul supports.
We have people who've done nothing wrong that are being arrested by ICE, and there are counties that are diverting the resources from keeping their own communities safe to helping with that effort. And I just want to reshift the focus to make sure we're doing job number one, that we're not being deputized as federal ICE agents.
The bill would still allow cooperation with federal authorities in criminal cases, but it would bar New York cops, including members of the NYPD, from working directly for ICE. It would also bar ICE from using local prisons to detain people in immigration cases. A federal judge has given the Trump administration until Thursday to unfreeze billions of dollars it put on hold for the Gateway Tunnel project. That gives the feds a few more days to appeal, but U.S. District Judge Jeanette Vargas denied a request to let it go any longer than that.
New Jersey Governor Mikey Sherrill says she won't rest until these union workers are back on the job.
I took the president to court on Friday and I won.
But the door was closed on them Friday here at a North Bergen construction site that is the starting point for Gateway. Mike Hellstrom calls this project his Freedom Tower.
Two sides need to come to the table and make a deal, because it's guys like me that, rely on the paycheck every single week. It's very un-American in my eyes, right? I wake up every day to simply just go to work.
And yet he and many others are caught in a political storm. Mac Rosenberg, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in North Bergen.
Now Bloomberg Money Watch, sponsored by Subaru Solterra, the only symmetrical all-wheel drive EV. And here's Courtney Donahoe.
Susan Business is picking up at CVS Health. All three of its divisions, insurance, pharmacy, and management of drug benefits, are expected to grow this year. It's a significant turnaround for its drugstores, where CVS had previously thought profitability would shrink. However, CVS faces lots of scrutiny from lawmakers and regulators in Washington who are concerned about the rising cost of healthcare. Quick check of the market. Stock futures on the rise, building on yesterday's gains. S&P futures are up 11 points. Dow futures are little changed. I'm Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Whether you're hitting the slopes or taking to the trails, get where you want to go in the new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. With a driving range of up to 581 miles, adventures abound, and pit stops are optional. Love goes the extra mile. Get from the city to the mountains on a single tank of gas, thanks to the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Lease a new 2025 Forester Hybrid for $329 a month for 36 months with 10,000 miles per year and $43.14 due at lease signing. See participating retailer for details.
At Citizens, we help make sense of your money and all your money questions.
Do I keep renting or finally buy?
Do I plan for a vacation or plan for a renovation?
How big of a nest should my nest egg be?
If money talks, what's it say to me?
Is cash still king?
Wait, when did a dollar slice go up to $3? Whatever money questions you have, Citizens has the answers. Make sense of your money at citizensbank.com/made-ready. Member FDIC.
Good morning. Susan Richard here with this message from Barish and McGarry. Nearly 25 years later, and still so many people who are eligible to take part in the World Trade Center Health Program and receive an award from the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund have yet to enroll in these two key government programs. And now we're hearing about this memo from 2001 that expressed possible liabilities for the city from people breathing in the toxic air at and near Ground Zero. Well, that comes after the city finally revealed that it's got 68 boxes of data on the Ground Zero toxins. So if you lived, worked, or went to school south of Canal Street on 9/11 or in the 8 months after, let Barish and McGarry advocate for you and see if you're eligible. Contact them at 911awards.com. That is 911awards with an S.com. Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
Shop best of season produce at Whole Foods Market. Get Sumo citrus for $3.49 per pound with Prime through February 10th. Brighten your winter with sweet, juicy citrus, perfect for snacking or salads. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
And now, a public service announcement for Valentine's Day. Gentlemen, don't wait until the last minute. It won't end well. You're welcome. From 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Let's go! You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Now this message, discover Hilb Group Insurance Benefits and HR Solutions. Learn more at hilbgroup.com. Good morning, I'm Susan Richard. WINS News Time, 7:30.
And a very good Tuesday morning. I'm Scott Stanford. Yeah, the news is good coming out of the nurses' strike here in the city. Mount Sinai and Montefiore have reached tentative agreements with the union. That's fantastic. While Pix 11's reporting New York Presbyterian still without an agreement, but sources say the two sides are close on a new contract.
Mount Sinai nurse Dinesh Forbes was part of the New York State Nurses Association negotiating team.
I think this was a victory, and we had to stand the ground to show the community that we really meant what we said, and we told them that we wanted to give them better care.
With smaller patient-to-staff ratios, protections against workplace violence, nurse negotiator Simone Way said it was a hard-fought battle, a month without pay. Nurses walking the picket line in the brutal cold.
Nurses really have a lot of hardships that they are going to have to deal with, but in the end, I think it may have been worth it.
Marla Diamond, 1010 WINS on 92.3 FM on the Upper East Side.
WINS News Time 7:31 on a Tuesday morning. Let's get you where you need to go, right in the middle of this morning commute. Karen Stewart, how we looking?
Well, in the Bronx, we finally got rid of that eastbound cross Bronx accident at the Deegan. The problem is it already has done its damage. The inbound George Upper is 55 minutes. 55. The inbound George Lower is 45. If you take the Palisades approach, it's 15 to 20. The Lincoln's 35, the Holland's 45 from the Skyway, 25 minutes from the Newark Bay Extension. Eastbound 3 at Bloomfield Avenue has a crash with a lane blocked. That's why the delays on eastbound 3 go back to Route 46. Northbound 440 at Communipaw Avenue, that's Jersey City, of course. We got an accident there in one lane. Kennedy Boulevard is your alternate. Mass Transit, earlier problems with NJT rectified. Newark to World Trade, Journal Square to 33rd Street lines are running with signal issues, and Pat says it's likely to continue with delays throughout this morning's commute. And alternate side of the street parking is suspended today for snow removal. The meter rules, they remain in effect. We're sponsored by the Barnes Firm Traffic Tip Line. It's 844 Jam 1010, of course. Karen Stewart, 1010 WINS at 92.3 FM.
I'm attorney Rich Barnes. If you've been in a car crash, choosing the right firm is crucial to get the help you need and the best result possible.
The Barnes Firm. Injury attorneys. Call 1-800-8
Manhattan, Long Island. Now let's get a check of that AccuWeather forecast. Meteorologist Joe Lumberg. Joe, boy, what a difference, Joe, when the real feels aren't at minus 15. And we're at 20. We're at 25 right now, and it feels fantastic.
It does, because there's hardly a breath of wind right now. It's almost dead calm out there. And even though we're not going to see an awful lot of sunshine today, there'll be just enough to get through the clouds to warm us to 35, which will seem like a heat wave compared to being in the teens with the real feels below zero, like we had throughout the weekend and even into part of yesterday. Again, only 35 for a high today. Could be a flurry here and there north of the city during the midday and afternoon hours, but nothing else. Now, there'll be a shower or two in the area early tonight. Watch out in the northern suburbs where there could be some slick spots, because temperatures there will be much closer to the freezing mark. Then late tonight, this all moves quickly out to sea to our south and east, and skies begin to clear. We'll get to 32. Tomorrow, a windy day, but with some sunshine, we'll wander up to 41. Partly sunny, breezy, a little chillier on Thursday to high 36, and well into the 30s with sunshine and some clouds on Friday. In Central Park, mostly cloudy and 25, the relative humidity 40%. The wind is light. We're getting the current temperature 25, headed up to 35 in Midtown. I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg in New York's weather station, 1010 WINS on 92.3 FM.